spoken to Aaron, who's assistant, he says
Well, we tried. Why, Aaron? What is annoying you? Just, I'd like you to go around and sit down. Amazing. I forgot I was pregnant.
How far are you into that season? Hey y'all! I am actually like lively making my coffee.
What has this got to do with Peel? We just have to be sure. Are you thinking you could be villain?
So, real life, we are tuning in live with coffee for Breaking Ground. I'm super excited to just be checking in with you all here today because I don't know about you. Oh, you can't see me there, so I'm going to have to shift. I don't know about you all, but today is rough. Sleep is, not doing what we want sleep to do. And we're just here trying to make it do what life does. I'm so happy to see all of you here. Hope that you are having your tea or coffee as we check in. I'm going to move this over because sun glare is also very much real. Hi, boo! So, how are we doing? Seriously. Hi, Neil. Hi, everybody. How are we doing? What's going on? Please share in the chat down there. Let's talk. How are things going? I am long overdue for this cup of coffee. I should have started my morning with it. I only had tea and didn't do a follow-up. I didn't juice today. Hey, Chrissy. Vo, I see you're over it. I'm just so happy y'all are taking this time intentionally because you had to make the choice to sign in and take a break from whatever it was that you were doing. And that is the purpose of the coffee break and Breaking Ground. Can't do this indefinitely. Is there going to be camp? I pray there's going to be camp. Shekinah, I see, girl. What is our biggest struggle? No, you're not. So literally. Okay, let's talk about a couple of things. Start off by sharing how you're doing. I see some of us are struggling with not sleeping. We can't do this indefinitely. It is not sustainable. We need camp. We need camp. We need school. We need to go to work. Like, we need to be wherever we're supposed to be and back in our regular routines. So let's start there. Check in if you have not already and just share how you're doing, like what you're struggling with. For myself, I'll tell you a little bit. I'm at my parents' house. Deja, yes. So I'm at my parents' house, which is great because I needed the support. We stayed home, myself and Aiden, for a little over a month by ourselves until I was not able to do that anymore. I just got tired. Actually, it was when Governor Murphy said that we could no longer walk through the parks because people were doing foolish things and not, practicing social distancing and things like that. Aiden and I needed a space where we could just walk freely or be outside freely and it not have to be the streets or walking on the sidewalk, things like that, because I feel like you're more likely to come into contact with more people. So it was at that point I decided to come to Pennsylvania and stay with my parents where it is just much more relaxed. The grocery stores are stocked. They're not price gouging. They're not doing any of those things. So it was just really important for me to give us that space. He's been nicer. My 3-year-old was being a jerk, and he's been a lot nicer because he's able to go outside, be in the backyard. And guess what? I don't have to go outside with him. I know my way of living in an apartment in Jersey is common for a lot of people. And then, you have some people who already have their homes and backyards where their kids can play freely. Yes, Shekinah, if you can go if it's better than being in Jersey. So let's chat a little bit about being a teacher or being at home with the kids. Yes, being a teacher. That is our new thing. Yes, Deja. So, Deja, I'd like for you to share kind of how you've been thriving because it seems like your creativity has been upward. So, what's working for you all? Put that in the chat because we can focus so much on what is not going well and where we are mentally and, the stress. I have no patience with teaching either. That's a real thing. I said to my mom the other day, I was like, I hate it here. And I'm like, not physically here, but I hate teaching. I'm not a teacher. I'm a social worker, and I like being a social worker. So when you put me in this instructor thing, it's just not it. So that is very nice to be able to eat meals together, have a nice routine. Let's talk about what I took a break from this morning. I needed a break from my kid. Wine has been a daily. I had wine all day yesterday. So Shekinah, yes, that's a real thing. I needed more sleep. So I made sure that even though my body wouldn't allow me to fall asleep again this morning, I pulled back and went back to bed and just laid there. And then I tidied up my room, and then I laid back down again. And right before this, I made sure to take a shower, and I did a quick scrub that I had. So maybe we should take this to Zoom next time, because I would love for you all to feel the energy. Like I said, it's supposed to be a coffee break. Coffee breaks aren't long. They're 15 minutes, long enough for you to drink your coffee before it gets cold. Yes, so taking break from the tech, right? I think that's super helpful. I wanted out from booked and busy because I was burnt out, but I didn't know how to sit down, and this quarantine is giving me what I need. Yes, I think that's a huge theme, right? Okay, Shekinah, I hear you on the Zoom. I think we're going to do Zoom at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, so we can all see our faces, connect with new people, and just have live talks, because it's needed at this time. It's needed to not have to talk and it be about work, or not have to talk and be about teaching, or not have to communicate with the teacher. All of those things. I want to go back to the technology breaks with that. I was talking about that on, actually Chrissy had a panel. Chrissy, if you have the link to your Zoom, drop it in the comment section, or or the recording rather, because it was a great discussion on how to just bring the balance back. And one of the things that I said was making sure that you're taking intentional breaks from the tech, including your phone, including the laptop, closing it, leaving it where it needs to be. I've been really, lovely. You'll be able to find them at igniteedu.net, her recordings. So one thing that I am going to make sure that I do again this week, or next week rather, I really fell off of my workout routine and I'll call it my wellness routine. I only did yoga one time this week, and it shows. I work out Monday through Friday. 2 times is yoga, and then 3 times is HIIT or strength training. HIIT and strength training. And it just, I couldn't get out of bed. And I forgave myself for that. I was extending myself grace, because I was tired. I was sleepy. I was irritable, increasingly agitated. And I literally just read an article, and I was like, okay, it's not just me. An article about why everybody's sleep routines are off, or why most persons' sleep routines are off. And it's because even though we may try to not think about COVID and everything that's going on outside, literally, it's still on our minds. And it's not necessarily the direct thought of, okay, this pandemic is happening. It's everything that we're dealing with because of the pandemic that is also keeping us awake. So it's the fact that, what do I have to do tomorrow? What are all of the 20 million things, 50, 11, whatever things that I have to balance tomorrow, with me being in a space that's not my own, even though, it's home, but it's also not my apartment where I know where everything is and where I don't have to worry about anybody but myself and Aiden. It's navigating those dynamics. We're getting along much better than I thought we would. So if my mom's looking, hey, and I know my sister's in there cooking, so she's not on. That was something that realistically speaking, made me delay coming because I didn't know what that was going to be like. You have 3 women in the house together who may or may not kill each other. And realistically, I didn't know what was going to come of it. But it has been a great help having my village actually under one roof with Aiden, for Aiden, because it's not just me saying something. Everybody's saying the same thing. And if you don't listen to the other person, then the next one is going to follow up and be like, didn't you hear your mother or didn't you hear your auntie? So it was really important for me to stay, because there's been plenty of times where I'm like, oh my God, I got to listen to all these rules and balance, right? What is balance? What are we dealing with at this time? I'm drinking coffee because I also decided I wasn't cooking today, and I didn't want to eat anything that was cooked in the house today either. Not that the food's not good. It's great. But I've been talking about Olive Garden from last week, and was supposed to treat myself to Olive Garden on payday, which was Wednesday, and I didn't do that because they weren't delivering because I wasn't ordering $75. So after we're done here, I'm going to go pick up my Olive Garden order and make sure that that's happening. So one of the things I really want us to take away from today's coffee break, or a few things I want us to take away from today's coffee break. Be intentional about when you're taking... Yeah, you had to order a minimum of $75, Ty. They said family ordering. So if it wasn't just me, then it would have been able to get delivered. Yes, minimum of $75, because I guess it's Olive Garden that's delivering. I wasn't sure how lockup for weeks was going to affect my marriage, but we have actually been okay being in different rooms and working stuff. Yes, that's key. That is key. Separation, getting your space, making sure you're working where you work best and not bumping heads and coming together when best. So yes, Shekinah, Olive Garden out here in Easton, on their website, it says you can do family ordering, but the minimum amount for that order has to be $75. That's probably everybody getting an appetizer, everybody getting an entree, and whatever else. And I'm like, okay, I want the breadsticks and the salad, so I'll go pick it up. But my meal was it was like $40 for 2 apps, the buy one, take one, and extra salad and extra breadsticks, because that's all Kamari wanted. So the benefits of that I see you all sharing of COVID, stay at home, all of these things is bringing us closer together with family members, having us spend time that we might not have spent, slowing us down, because a lot of us, especially as millennials, are used to ripping, running, being booked, being busy, having 20,000 RSVP events to go to. And I appreciate not having to do any of that. Because it was about to get really hectic. And although I miss outside and I miss people and I miss connection and I miss being like able to come together, we needed to slow down. The stress that was being felt reaching or nearing both events at the times when they were coming, as well as trying to navigate whatever was coming up with this, was a lot. And it was really timely that this happened when it did. And I'm wondering what summer will look like, because I've been reading that we might be able to go outside for summer and actually vacation. There was a survey done. I don't know where the survey was done, but Dr. Fauci's name was within the article. He was predicting that, per the article, Fauci was predicting that we would be able to vacation this summer. But most persons who completed whatever survey said that they would drive and not fly. Call me crazy. 31% said they would fly. Yes, so the majority said they would not fly. I'll probably be a part of that 31%. If you're not going to the airports, I'm leaving the country, as long as the receiving country will receive me. This ain't it. I need a beach. If they're open, I'm there. But the concern is dealing with the travelers from Europe and things like that. So it's one thing for me to be able to go to Jamaica and stay with family, and then be staying at home in that area, but to then venture out, go to a beach or go to a resort and possibly run the risk of further transmission, etc. That would be poor decisions. We can hope, we can dream. Yes, beach. We can hope, we can dream. I'm wondering what's going to happen. I've already accepted that we won't be going back to school. I'm just going to speak that. We won't be going back to school this school year, the 2019-2020 school year. Even though the governor has extended to May 15th saying like he needs 30 more days, I think it's a really targeted approach to be able to say, be easy. We know you all want some hope. Let's instill some hope and make sure that we're coming together and trying to figure this out. I personally have started limiting. I have my CNN notifications on. I choose whether or not to read them. I glance at them. I either click or close out, or remove the notification. It's rare. It has to be a really good headline for me to click it and read it. But reading the headlines only is what is kind of keeping me informed. And then I definitely read my local news. What's going on in Jersey, what's going on in East Orange, and I'm kind of grateful. Summer will be virtual. No, Ty, don't say that. East Orange is doing a shutdown this weekend, but it was really unclear. I mean, he was clear, the mayor of East Orange, Ted Green, and what he said. And that shutdown is really targeting those persons who aren't following the directions of the stay at home and who are just outside, and they're prepared to give $250 fines to anybody who is not going to a grocery store, an essential place. So if you have to go to a supermarket, cool. If you have to go to a pharmacy, cool, but you better be able to prove it, type thing. And it seems like they're having checkpoints. Some of the arguments, I don't even want to go that route, but I say that to say I'm glad I'm in PA where I could sit outside if it weren't freezing. So yes, Deja, out in August, although that's when I'm supposed to be going back to work. We start PD August, first week of August. One thing I realized, especially after the first month, because I was still doing like my normal morning routine, which was drink tea, drink coffee, drink my juice, so it was hot and cold, and that was of course after I woke my body up with water. I had to decrease my caffeine intake because I wasn't expelling as much energy. So I say that to say, let's highlight or let's pay attention to how much we're doing and how much caffeine, if any, we're putting into our bodies, or whatever else, not even just caffeine. Like, pay attention to how your body feels after you eat certain things, right? I was getting daily headaches, like at night, and could not figure out why until it was pointed out that, Courtney, you having too much caffeine for what you're doing. You're not doing as much as you normally do. You're not running back and forth through a school building. So, yeah, just some things to think about. My plan for this time moving forward as we break for coffee is to have a topic of the day. And if you all want to submit a topic of the day, of course, I'll be watching the news and just trends on social media. Yes, food logs. So that's something that works. Oh, you're snacking more and drinking more and I want to measure and balance. That's true. I'm not, I was told if I continue to eat all the desserts that my sister makes, I'm going to leave the house looking like a barrel. And we talking about like one of the barrels we ship back to Jamaica or from London to Jamaica or something like that. So 3. Ooh, that's good, Shekinah. Tell us how. How did you decrease your coffee intake? So I Are you laughing at me? That's real. If I continue, I've posted some of her desserts, but Aiden is like addicted. Yes, a barrel. Aiden is addicted to my sister's banana bread, which is amazing. It's her recipe and it's so good. So they continue to make the damn banana bread, and I am losing it because it's good. I'm looking at it now and trying to ignore it because I'm like, okay, Olive Garden. So some things to look out for, because we'll get back together on Monday as we close out. And thank you for joining. So what I'll do is post today the registration link so I can send you all the Zoom video for when we go on Zoom next week, which is super exciting. All are welcome. But think about your water intake, because you want that to be the main thing you're taking in. Watch what you're eating. Chrissy shared that she's doing a food log, which is great. You can do something formal like that, or you can just be more intentional excuse me, on rationing your snacks. I have allergies, so pardon me. I feel like there's a stigma. Or you can just, do the neck up, Chrissy. So watch what you're eating, but in the sense that you need to just know what you're putting into your body and the impact that it's having on you. That's one thing that you can do. What physical activity or what thing are you going to do to just get your body moving during the day? Whether it's standing up, whether it's walking up and down your stairs, if you have stairs in your apartment multiple times, whether you're going to step outside regardless of the temperature to get some fresh air, natural sunlight, things like that. I try to do all of those things multiple times a day. When I have to bring the garbage cans inside, I make sure to run and push it up the hill, which has been a nice little mini workout, especially with me being inconsistent. And set alarms so you can hold yourself accountable to whatever it is that you want to do, right? Everybody isn't a person of routine or like rigid structure like me. And you have to do whatever it is that works for you, but knowing what works for you is the key. So if you're a person who works very well on a written structure, then work very well. Bye, Vo. Thank you for giving yourself this time. So those are like, what are you eating? How is it affecting you? Drink your water. Ooh, mail. And being kind to yourself, and then just taking the breaks intentionally when you need it. So we'll make sure to come together as we close out within these last 2 minutes. Any closing thoughts, any topics, anything y'all want to talk about next time, we'll make sure to come together, and I'll have it as a part of the registration. You can submit like topics, questions, things like that. And shoot me DMs, give me ideas, tell me if you liked it. I'm glad we had some little laughs, bra or no bra if you'd like. But giving yourself this 15 to 20 minutes is super important, super intentional, and I can't wait to see y'all next week. So bye y'all, thank you. Have some coffee, drink some tea and water, and then wine or rum if you like it.